Good night. Good night. What's good, everybody? Hope you're well. It's your boy, MarkN MUFC fan, and you know what it is. Smash those likes, guys, and subscribe. Help the channel grow. Every single like counts, and when you smash it early, you suggest the stream to possible other viewers and football fans, Manchester United fans, and they can get in the chat while we're live. So smash those likes away, guys, and help the channel grow. Road to 1K is there. We're gonna hit that 1K by the end of the next preseason game, guys. That's my word. Let's keep growing together as a community. Let's go. Big up to you guys coming in, and it's your boy. I know it's a little bit of a late situation, guys, but I'm just coming in with some updates and some little bit of information. I know we talked about it a lot this week. We talked about a lot of the different players that possibly will come in, and I keep telling you guys that's going to happen this week. Well, some of the dominoes have begun to fall, guys. Big up to you. And big up to everyone coming in the house. You know what I mean? And Man United could finally sign the 51 million star on preferred terms replacement found. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of interesting situations coming in right now. PSG are ready to give us a loan for Manuel Ugarte. So that's going to be very interesting to how we move forward, because now we can save some funds and put it towards a backup player. So maybe a second midfielder comes in. And why I almost said a third, I mean, there's possibly that we're going to hear, here we go for Rabiot coming in on a free, because we have been in heavy negotiations, and I think the deal is highly likely to succeed. And I know some of you might not like that, but it's just an update for today. And with Manuel Ugarte coming in, guys, let's get into this story really quickly. The Reds have the opportunity to sign one of their top summer targets on a loan. The Red Devils are eyeing a new defensive midfielder this summer, and they have identified Manuel Ugarte as their priority target. I keep saying this. The 23-year-old have already agreed personal terms over a long-term deal, but he could now be signed on reasonable terms, guys. Big up for that. Paris Saint-Germain are currently on the verge of signing João Neves, we had the here we go earlier on today, and this is expected to pave the way for Ugarte's exit. The Uruguayan was largely out of favor under manager Luis Enrique during the back end of last season. The French champions are open to sanctioning his exit on a paid loan with a high option to buy. The news is a huge boost for United, who are aiming to bolster their holding midfield department ahead of the new Premier League season. A loan deal for Ugarte would present lesser risk, guys. And this is the interesting part. This almost makes the deal almost one of those things that you definitely could say, guys, you're waking up tomorrow to a couple here we goes. Because Ugarte made only 27 starts last season for the League One Giants. 27, I would say, after his move from Sporting Lisbon last summer. He was an unused substitute on 14 occasions, and his situation is unlikely to improve with the club's decision to sign Portuguese wonderkid Neves. A summer exit appears right solution for him. The midfielder has his sights on moving to Old Trafford, and United's chances of signing him have been boosted by PSG's willingness to negotiate an initial loan. This is so awesome, guys. You know what I'm saying? The Parisian club, 51 million to land his signature last year, and they would probably request the same as a buy clause. In our view, a loan deal with a buy option would present a low risk for the Red Devils. They can assess whether Ugarte can find his feet in English football before considering a permanent deal. Ugarte who was described as a tireless player by PSG's official website, is strong with his distribution. He has a passing accuracy of 91% last term with 3.1 tackles and 6.4 duels won per game. He made 7.2 recoveries on average as well. He's also dispossessed on less than 8 occasions per appearance and would be an upgrade on Casemiro, who is no longer in his prime. So, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Get in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Big up to you, GB. And you're right. Let's get to 650 today. Big up to you. By the end of the stream, smash those likes, guys. I know you're there in the background. Big up to all of you coming in. Big up to everyone in the house from GB. Big up to you, Stephanie Griffith. What's good? 7 likes like Mason Mount. We need to get to at least Anthony, guys, because, I'm backing Anthony to have an amazing season. I know some of you mightn't like that, but there's 21 people watching. So that's the number of Anthony. Smash those likes. And if you don't like it, smash some more. So let's get to 22. So big up to all of you coming in. Let's move right along, because there's some more interesting news coming in. As you hear, Wan-Bissaka has agreed terms with West Ham. So now it's depending on Man United's acquiescence on the fee, because currently we know West Ham has offered something in the region of £10 million for Wan-Bissaka. He has finally agreed personal terms, so the club has the player's green light, and now it's for Manchester United to decide. But I think Manchester United are holding firm for something in the region of £18 million. And the PL defender agrees personal terms with the new club. Manchester United on the brink of securing their third summer signing, sparked by a potential domino effect in the transfer market. According to Sky Germany, Florian Plettenberg, West Ham have reached an agreement verbally with Aaron Wan-Bissaka ahead of an imminent transfer. However, the Hammers have yet to agree a fee with Manchester United. They are offering £10 million, but the Red Devils are demanding up to £18 million. United already have a backup plan lined up with Nusayr Mazraoui from Bayern Munich ready to step in. Once Wan-Bissaka's move to West Ham is completed, United are expected to move swiftly for Mazraoui. United must demand at least £15 million from West Ham. Wan-Bissaka has been a fine servant for the Red Devils since joining from Crystal Palace in 2019. He's known for his defensive prowess and displayed his fantastic tackling ability at Manchester United. His performance against Manchester City's Jeremy Doku in a recent FA Cup final draw, widespread acclaim. It drew widespread acclaim, guys. Allowing him to leave for merely £10 million would not be a shrewd decision from United. Anything above £15 million would be a decent fee, considering he could agree a pre-contract with the club overseas in January. So, guys, he's in his last year of his contract. He's not a starter in the squad. He probably would be a decent backup, guys. But the really interesting thing is that we need to moving on so we can get some signings into the doorway. And you know what I mean? There's some interesting reports coming out as well about that. As you know, Manchester United are set to sign Mazraoui. He could be headed into Manchester tomorrow as Wan-Bissaka is expected, and the club is expected to agree a deal, a finally agreement tomorrow during a course of the mid-morning period. Now, this would mean Aaron Wan-Bissaka would have to be heading back to Manchester sometime tomorrow or on Saturday morning. Guys, if you hear Wan-Bissaka is traveling, then you know Mazraoui is coming in. And it might be a double deal because there are lots of reports coming in that Mazraoui and De Ligt will be coming together. De Ligt is reporting back to do his summer fitness test with Bayern Munich tomorrow morning. So let's see how that goes. Maybe from then on, he will be moved straight across to Manchester to conduct his medical for Man United. It's going to be interesting to see how it works out, guys. There's also been some bids coming in for Scott Mctomminay, and that's the most interesting news we're having because it seems like there's suddenly a bidding war for Scott Mctomminay. Manchester United is willing to sell Scott Mctomminay to Fulham for £25 million. And guys, there's also some reason to believe that Tottenham is joining the race for the Scottish midfielder. Yeah, these are legit sources, Arnold Shits. Big up to you, bro. What's good? Big up to you, Danny B. I always double check with Florian Plettenberg on X, bro. And Plettenberg has also posted the same headline: Manchester United are willing to sell Scott McTominay for £25 million. And like I'm telling you guys, if Scott McTominay moves, because basically there are three clubs now in the race. Galatasaray are set to send an improved offer. We have heard reports that he's agreed personal terms with Galatasaray already. There's reports that he's also agreed terms with Fulham, and Fulham are set to send in a £25 million bid. Let's see what goes on with Tottenham. They are said to be wanting this player as well. Could they send in a bid that trumps the Fulham bid? Let's see how it goes. This bidding war sounds pretty interesting because at the end of the day, it seems like Manchester United is going to win because this player is pure profit. And with his sale, it will allow us to bring in another midfielder. And guys, we have been looking at, I heard some people talking about a replacement for Ugarte. Well, he is the prime target for our midfield. He is our premier choice. There is no replacement for him, guys. But what I can say, there's some rumors that we might be bringing in a midfielder as well as surplus to requirement to back him up in case of injury. And the reports are coming in. I know it might not be a popular name, but this guy seems like he is about what we are looking at. You know what I mean? And the journalists, big plans for Manchester United midfield replacement. And this is what we're talking about. His name is Berger. You know what I mean? And as the summer window heats up, Manchester United find itself in a crucial juncture in their midfield rebuilding efforts, with departure of Fred and the ongoing certainty around Scott McTominay. So, the pursuit of Ugarte, as I already explained to you guys, should be happening. But Sander Berge is one of those players that might be coming in to be his backup. I already spoke yesterday about United monitoring Joey Veerman of PSV and Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi. Now, Veerman seems to be one of the more likely targets because of his price points and his ability and his age as well. And you know what? Zubimendi would be the best possible option. But the problem with Zubimendi has, on many occasions, stated that he does not want to leave his boyhood club this season. He wants one more season in the Spanish capital. So it's going to take some convincing if we are to get Zubimendi in on the things. And it's going to be interesting to see how this deal progresses, guys. Because as you know, this domino effect is about to fall, and tomorrow is about to be a mega day for Manchester United. Big up to all you guys coming in. Yo, Meta Football, Chris, how are you doing, my brother? I hope you're well. Yeah, thank you so much, broski. 600 plus subs. It's been amazing. Yeah, bro. I can't even believe it myself. I can only thank all of the amazing people who come and tune in every day and smash those likes. Even the ones who are not in the chat and just watching in the background, thank you so much, because it's all attributed to them, really, because they come and they give me their time. Big up to you, Wizard, coming in. Deals were supposed to happen today. Well, as you can see, Wizard, some deals are happening today. Wan-Bissaka finally agreed terms with West Ham. So that's a progression right there. You know what I'm saying? And with that progression there, it means that United could make moves. Scott Mctomminay has also agreed terms with two separate clubs already, and that's Galatasaray as well as Fulham. So now Fulham is to make an official bid. Let's see what Tottenham is doing. Man United are playing it smart because apparently they knew that they would have a three-club fight for the midfielder. Let's see how it goes. We're going to get top dollar at the end of the day, Wizard. So I think that's a 100%, profit and bonus for all parties involved, because the more money we get in on pure profit, the more we can spend in this window. Big up to you, Mark Davies. I think United will start with Maguire, Lindelof, Evans, the low. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so, because I've been hearing reports that Lindelof could be one of the players walking out of the door by the end of this week. And I'm saying that because, there's some reports that Fenerbahce is about to launch an official bid for the player somewhere in the region of 7 million euros. And that's not too far off what United is asking for his services currently right now. So I'll be watching that space for that, guys. Big up to you, Danny B, as well. Big up to you, Brendan Chappelle. GS won't pay 25 million. How do you know that? Well, maybe they won't. But, if Tottenham comes in and offers 30, I bet he goes. Tottenham is the only one that can afford McTominay 100%, broski. Big up to you guys watching. Don't forget to smash the likes early, guys, as it helps massively on the road to 1,000 subscribers. It shares the channel around, guys. So please give it a like, guys. Come in, smash a like, share it around. Help the channel grow, guys. It will help immensely, and I will thank you in advance. Big up to you guys. We're on to Royal Malasia likes. That's good. Big up to you, Casemiro. What's going on with you, my bro? Yeah, Sander Berge is a decent player, bro. Like, I've been checking him out. I can't say I've seen much of him, but from the little clips I've seen, he looks pretty decent. Big up to you, Joe Blackman. What's good, brother? What's good? What are you up to, bro? Yeah, let's use the manners, please. Could you hit the like button? It really helps out the channel. Thank you, guys. Big up, big up. And guys, let's get into some more news, guys, because this one's a quick one. With Scott McTominay about to be on the way out. We talked about another possible replacement. We also talked about Mazraoui imminent, because Wan-Bissaka agreed terms, so now it's up to Man United to get this deal over the line tomorrow, which they are planning to do. They have said to be accelerating their decisions and what they're doing in the transfer window, because you know what? It's coming down to crunch time. There's 4 weeks left in the transfer window, but it could get a lot messy because a lot of clubs who haven't spent early could be coming in to spend soon. So Man United will need to secure their targets. You know what I mean? And today, one of those things that was happening today, Erik ten Hag was speaking about one of his targets coming in, and it was none other than Matthijs de Ligt he was speaking about. So let's see what happens. You know what I mean? What goes on there? He had a little bit to say. Maybe I'll read that out for you guys one time so you can have your own determination on what his thoughts are on the player and if the player is going to come in. Let's see how that went. 1 second. It should disappear. Let's just go. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Cool. Right, guys. So let's check this out. Manchester United, transfer rumors about Matthijs de Ligt. Like I can tell you guys, there are lots of news coming out about this transfer. It's expected by most of the German journalists as well as European journalists to be one of the transfers that will most certainly be the most likely to happen in this transfer window. And I'm talking about Matthijs de Ligt, guys. And as you know, we have already agreed personal terms with de Ligt. He has refused many clubs who have approached him this summer saying that he only wants Manchester United. And the Dutchman, our gaffer, has worked with him in his past and and they are keen to restore their relationship with the former each other as a partnership because they did well for Ajax. Maybe they can do well for Manchester United as well. And a lot of people think de Ligt can only play the right centre back, but he could also play left centre back. He's both footed actually. He can play the high line, so effectively he's that player that even if Martinez is not available, we have someone who can lead that role and still continue to play the high line. Now there's Leny Yoro, and as you know, we had some bad news. Like I told you, I spoke to you guys for the last couple of days. I was telling you guys 6 weeks. You know what I mean? And if they were to make it to be a little bit extra cautious, this might double the time. Well, it seems like that's what they did because they just said 3 months. So maybe they're giving extra time so he can heal well and come back strong. Something of like what they did with Kobbie Mainoo. Now that's going to be very disappointing. It's like the second injury he's had ever in his career. The first time he was ever injured before, he was out for 9 days. And this is not something that was expected. It's an impact injury. Someone stepped on his foot. And I would say that it was Nwaneri, the young Arsenal, prodigy, as the Arsenal fans have been calling him recently. So it's some of those things. Football is a full contact sport, and these things kind of happen sometimes at the worst times. But at the same time, it might be a bonus for the youngster because it might take some of that pressure off his shoulder and he might be allowed to relax, come in and just do his thing as he recovers and who knows, reach the heights that we all expect him to get to. So let's not too harp on that, but just know that, guys, it's very possible that, coming in right now would be Matthijs de Ligt. I'm excited for the opportunity to have this player come into Manchester United. I think he's going to provide a lot of what we were missing last season and what we need to take the team to the next the next level defensively. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. There are lots of things happening right now. Reports of players exiting, not only Wan-Bissaka, not only Scott Mctomminay, but also Victor Lindelof as well. Hannibal, I have been speaking to you guys about. There's going to be a major update on Hannibal tomorrow. As I told you guys, Celtic came in late to attempt to hijack the deal. And as I was explaining, Rangers were trying to pay part down and get the rest on an obligation at the end of the tenure. But at the same time, Celtic is looking to pay all the cash up front. So we might be hearing a here we go for Hannibal tomorrow, guys. That's going to be very interesting because if he leaves, it brings room for other players to come in. And I've been hearing some reports in Germany that, Anderlecht is preparing an official bid for Christian Eriksen. Let's see if they can get the player convinced in the project, because if that happens, it's going to make all the things easier. And if Christian Eriksen as well as Scott McTominay leaves, guys, I can assure you that we're going to be getting in 2 midfielders to replace them. This has been all the talk across Germany recently. What are your thoughts in the comments, guys? Let me know what you're thinking. Big up to all of you coming in. Smash those likes and don't forget, guys, keep it going. People are underestimating de Ligt. He's levels better than defenders we have now. 100%. De Ligt from headlines is made to sound like a fairy tale. What an interesting defender he's going to be, I think you meant to say. Big up to Delo, one of my favorite players in the team. I think he was one of the good players last season. Yeah, we're getting to Anthony levels, guys. Now keep it pushing, guys. Let's keep it pushing. Now, guys, I'm going to get into one more little story, guys, because there's an interesting report coming in right this moment where Fulham is set to maybe increase their bid to secure Scott McTominay and fend off the approach of Tottenham Hotspur. So let's see how that goes. The bidding war has begun. It should be concluding very quickly. As we know, there are 3 or 4 players set that are possibly will be leaving in the next coming days. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Scott McTominay, as well as possibly Christian Eriksen and Victor Lindelof. Guys, it's going to be very interesting if you could get those players out of the door, because that's just 4 players, guys, and those 4 players will have replacements. But not only that, the money that we get from those 4 players will allow us to increase our spend going into the final stages of this transfer window, as well as Hannibal as well. You know, because it's set to reports that we might be getting a little bit more than we anticipated. We were initially asking for £7 million. Maybe, you know, they come in and they give us £10 million, which would be a bonus. So let's see how it goes, guys. And I would like to thank you all for joining me, because this was just a short stream to give you a brief update on everything that was going on. Big up to you, Nero. Hope you all are well down in South Africa, my brother. Big up to you, and big up to Tom Heaton. Had a kind of, you know, a little bit of a doozy in the opening game. Still waiting to see what's going on with Luke Shaw. He's still on vacation, as you know, coming off of playing the final against Spain, losing. But, you know, it is a deserved rest, I would say. We need him fit and to be at his best. And, you know, there's been a lot of seasons where he was unable to perform and be part of the team for more than 25% of the season based on injury. Yes, Stephanie, De Ligt is going to be perfect. Upgrade for Varane. Get it done. United are going to get these things done. And yeah, the Butcher. He will also be there, guys. It's going to be very interesting as we get it going. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, in the morning, 8:30 UK, be here, because there's going to be major updates coming in all throughout the day tomorrow. I expect United to get at least 2 or 3 deals done tomorrow, because it's very important that some of these players come in to back up the squad and to get themselves bedded in, because not only tomorrow is the 2nd of August, guys, but it's about what? 8 days away from the Community Shield, guys. We face Man City in the Community Shield. And 5 days from that, we open our league campaign against Fulham. So players need to be coming in. Ineos are doing the business, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Big up to all of you coming in. Stephanie Griffith, Wizza. Big up to you, Casimir. Big up to you, Nero. Hope you're well, my bro, down there. Big up to you, Jarwick. Big up to you, Brendan Chappelle. What's good? Big up to you, GB. Big up to you, Joe Blackman as well, Danny B. And guys, I hope to see you all later on and in the morning when I come out with the live news at 8:30 UK. Be back, be square. I will see you all later, and be safe. Hope you have a great night. It's been your boy, MarkN MUFC fan, with the late night update. Manchester United news, a little bit of my views, and some of yours. Have a good night, guys. Oh.